Attention all units, we have a 187 in progress. Anyone in the area, please respond as backup will be necessary. Hey Rook, what the fuck is going on? This is the Academy, and I'm going to be teaching you motherfuckers how to play Battlefield Hardline. But before we get into any games, let's go over the multiplayer menu. You see over here, yes, I do have some friends. They're playing in a Hotwire server right there, as you see on the side. You could join that server directly if you want, or you can go to the quick match and pick any one of the game modes that you want to play. I'm going to be going over the game modes in depth in a later video, but this is the easiest way to join a game. However, there's also other ways that you could join. You could do a squad join. You see right here, one of my buddies is in a game, probably the same one that you saw on the other page. What I could do is hit A and join his squad and thus join the game with him, or I could create myself a new squad by going to this, and then what I could do after this is hit Y to go to the squad settings, pick the game type that we want to play, and then hit X to quick match the squad. Unfortunately, there is no server browser in squad join, even though it's been in Battlefield 4 for over a year and a half now. But this is still a work in progress, right? Right. Anyways, back out to the main multiplayer menu. The favorite way that I like to join games is through the server browser. And the way that you could pick games is by the following. You could click in the right stick to edit the filters so that this way you can only pick certain servers. So let's go with Blood Money servers. The map is the current map in the rotation that the server is on, not necessarily the only map in the game mode, or the game server rather, that you're picking. Free slots, I choose 1 through 5, 5 through 10, and 10 plus. Why the fuck would you ever want to choose a full server or an empty server? You wouldn't. Server type, these are official, ranked, unranked, and private. Private ones are rented servers from people in the community, which I don't think they have yet on the Xbox One, but you need a password to get into those. Then you can go for normal or hardcore mode. With hardcore mode, your health doesn't regenerate, you only have 60% health, and there is no minimap on the HUD, plus you can only spawn in on your squad leader. So I would try normal for your first time out there, just getting your feet or baton wet, if you will. Then region, you could pick filter on the region of the server here, and you could also do a free hacker slot. So once I click in the left stick, I could refresh here. Now it'll show me all the servers that are up. It shows me some full servers for whatever reason, must be a bug in the system there, and it shows me some of the not full servers with the server number here. Now you could hit X to join as a hacker, which I'll go into in another video. Or you could look at the server info by hitting Y. Now, on the server info panel, there is the connection that you have to the server. Yes, you can see exactly what type of connection you're going to get into before you get placed. This is why I like this much better than doing the quick match. It also will give you the server owner. If this is a custom rented server, you could send hate messages at the admin. These are all the different presets. You could see it's a bunch of different shit. You could also see the map rotation of this particular server, and you could also see all of the players that are currently playing on this server. If you hit X, you could add it to your favorites, and if we go back out to the main menu by hitting B, you could see if you could right bumper, you could right bumper over to a favorite, or you could also go look at your history, or you could do a search. If you click in the right stick, you could type in like a server number, and somebody will say, yo, I'm playing in this server. That's the server number. That's how you could join them very easily by the server search. Now, let's get into a game, and I'll show you off some more menus. So, before we go getting our fucking hands dirty and actually going into the game, I'm going to show you the menu system here. Now, this is the deployment screen, which we'll come back to later when we're actually going to play the game, as I'll show you the spawning system in this game. But the first thing you'll notice is by hitting the trigger buttons, you could choose which class that you want to spawn in as. I'll go over the 4 individual classes in a different video, but in addition to showing you which class you're choosing, it'll also show you how many members of your squad are which particular class. In the right hand side, those are those green numbers there. The orange bar pertains to how far or how close you are to leveling up your class in terms of service stars. You could use that for doing like unlocks and other things like that. Now, if you hit the X button or if you hit LB, you go to the loadout screen. Now, unlike Call of Duty, there isn't a create a class screen in between matches. You could change your loadout whenever the fuck you please, and that's how you do it, by going to hit X or hit loadouts on the deployment screen. So you could change whatever kind of beepity bops you want in this particular class. As you see, I'll just swap this out for a knife. I'll be going into all of these individual details again in the different class loadout videos that are going to be coming up. You could also choose to upgrade or change the different things on your vehicles here as well. Again, won't go into these now. That'll be for a separate video, but just showing you this is how you could change them. Boosts aren't what you think they are. No, this isn't cheating. This is gaining extra XP to your character. So basically, you get these things called boosts in battle packs, whether you buy them or earn them, and this is where you apply them. So basically, you would just choose the different class that you want for the different boosts. Obviously, a gearhead boost would only apply to a mechanic because, let's face it, they're the only ones that are going to be fixing shit. This is how you apply boosts. Fastest way to rank up, people! There it is right there. Team. Now, you could change squads or you could admire the squads here, or if you click in the right stick, that is how to change teams. Now, you could also change to be the hacker right here if you hit X on this little tab, but who the fuck wants to play a real-time strategy game? This is a goddamn FPS, motherfucker. Alright, so the spawning system in this game. There's plenty of different places you could spawn. You could spawn at the deployment, which is what my cursor is over right now, but who the fuck would ever want to do that? Because then it would be just a game of, like, running around. It'd be the fucking treadmill that everybody complains about. If you use the left stick, you could also pick a vehicle to spawn into that's at the deployment, so that's useful as well, especially when you're just starting the game. Now, in Conquest, you could also spawn on flags, which unfortunately my teammate is, there you go, so he just captured the Echo objective. I could spawn on the objective itself. Additionally, there is this thing called a mobile spawn truck. If you click in the right stick, you could zoom in on this deployment screen. This truck, there's only one per team, so make sure you don't blow it the fuck up, but you could always spawn on this mobile command truck. Now, you can also spawn on your teammates, which you could see in the lower left-hand corner, a third-person view of the guy or the squad mate that you're going to spawn in on. You see that red little circle next to him? That means it's not safe to spawn on this guy because he's in an engagement, so I'm not going to spawn on this motherfucker. The guys that are grayed out are the guys that are dead, so unfortunately I can only pick one of these two guys to spawn in on. I'll spawn on Nickelodeon, or Nickeloading, right here. So I'm also going to, oh fuck, I brought out the wrong class. I wanted to bring out a different class here. So what I'm going to go and do and explain to you guys now is how to redeploy. You hit start and you kill yourself just like that. I will explain you more of the start menu in just a second. I want to do something first. Okay, so other than deploying on an objective, on a squad mate, on a vehicle, on a mobile spawn point, there's also a tactical insertion type of gadget on the mechanic class called a satellite phone, and anybody in your squad can spawn on a satellite phone you put down, or you could spawn on that as well. So I'm going to hit A, spawn on the little satellite phone here, and I'm back in the motherfucking action. So those are the different types of spawns you could have in the game. Now, I want to show you guys the options menu real fast because there's two important things to notice on here. So if I hit start, I could bring up the scoreboard, or if I hit the right bumper, the big map, which is kind of cool to look at. You could also switch squads via the team setup. You could look at battle log. You could redeploy like I showed you before, which is basically having a heart attack. You could open up some battle packs or buy them, but the options menu is where I want to show you guys. Now, I have my agent button set on classic. I will be going over the controls in the next video, so that won't be in this one. That'll be in the next one, so we'll come back to this right here. Gameplay. So these are the two important things. Tutorials. Since I'm not a fucking nub, I'm a super fucking police officer, I turn them shits off. But if you're a newer player, you might want to keep them on because those will give you hints in real time. Additionally, and more importantly, the high frequency network update. You're going to want to put this to on if you have a good internet connection. I think it defaults to auto, but if you turn it on, this will make sure that you receive updates from the host, or from the server rather, since it's a dedicated server. You'll receive updates from the server more often, therefore your hit detection, player collision, all that different stuff, the netcoding will be better if you select this on. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this episode of the Academy. What, Rook? You thought you were actually ready for the fucking field? No, bitch, you got some motherfucking paperwork to do.